Hi there, this is Bridget from the PlannerSpeechie. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be planning for the week of October 15th through the 20th in my vertical planner. I'm going to be using this kit from Scribble Prints Co. called Clue. This was a pop mystery kit and it is no longer available in the shop, but you might be able to get it if she does another pop-up pop mystery. This is the mini version of the kit. There is another version that is much bigger. You can see all of the different deco that's reminiscent of the movie. If you haven't seen the movie but you've played the game, this is still a really fun kit to use. I really like the jewel tones in this kit, and I wanted to use absolutely all of the characters, so I ended up doing some really interesting extenders with this. This was the freebie double box that also came with the kit. And then I have some really unusual underlays for this. These are from Hannah. They're called Mansion. I got them unfoiled, so it's just a sort of gray style black. The details in this are incredible, and it almost made me wish that I wasn't going to lay stickers on top of them. However, because this was a mini kit, I think I got away with it. I also wanted to pull in these silver foiled washi strips from Sadie Stickers. There are these gorgeous spider webs and bats that I thought would match the kit well as go with the theme. And then these are very tiny date dots that have bats on them from Sadie Stickers as well. So I did speed this part of the video up because I am going to be doing a live put down of the day to day, and that part of the video is going to take a lot of time. So I decided that I would speed this part of the video up just to see if that would be um, easier for listeners. I laid the spiderweb washi down first, and I ended up having to trim it a little bit because it doesn't extend all the way out. I think this came out really, really well. I enjoyed the delicate details in this washi, and I'm really excited that I was able to use the spider webs a second time. The date dots were lovely and did go well with these date covers because there wasn't a lot of room for date numbers. However, functionally, they're very difficult to read. So it's just something to consider when you're thinking about getting those numbers. There were these underlays that Sadie Stickers offers that come in that wood grain pattern that matches the kit that I also could have used, but I decided to use the Mansion underlays a long time ago. So I decided not to color block with this kit simply because I didn't have enough of the half boxes, quarter boxes, and little things to go around completely. I thought it was interesting that this kit pulls in red, green, blue, and purple, but is missing white and mustard. There may have been a mustard add-on, I'm not 100% sure, but I decided that the jewel tone, like classic jewel tones, would work best for this. This was a really interesting week. This week was really busy, and I'm glad that I was able to kind of distill it down. But figuring out where I was going to put all of these full boxes really became the biggest challenge. I decided there were 3 scenes altogether with that extra full box set. I knew I wanted to use absolutely all of the characters because they're all important to the story, and I thought they were all beautifully done. So I didn't want anyone to feel left out. I ultimately decided to split the stairway hall scene and make them the end pieces for the interior of the extender flaps. And then I put all of the characters together as the underside of those flaps. So there's absolutely nothing functional about the flaps. They're purely decorative. And that was fine because I didn't have enough of the flags to put everything down because I used the underlays. So if I had not put the underlays down, I think I would have been fine too, but also, I was using just regular sticker paper. I did not buy specific extenders for this kit, although I know Scribble Prints Co. does sell them. A couple of planner shops do sell them. So it took a little bit of finagling and visual spatial cueing from my part to figure out exactly how I wanted to lay these down. I wanted them to open like doors in this particular spot, although I wasn't sure. I've been putting a lot of extender boxes like this in that spot, and I was worried that they were going to start to bulk up in my planner. But since I didn't add additional foil overlays on them, you can see I realized I made a mistake there, and I wanted to put the interior scenes on there instead so that I could showcase all the characters. This was really fun to put together once it actually came together, but it did require a lot of work, and trying to separate this sticker paper from the backing was really hard. But you can see I'm not really measuring anything. I'm just kind of trying to align everything up. And then I'm using the stickiness of the paper on the bottom as the only means to keep it on there. So, and then I just decided to use the tweezers to weigh everything down. So that is Colonel Mustard, Miss Scarlet, and then um, I can't remember. Is it just Mr. Green? I feel like, oh, I know that's Professor Plum, and then Miss Peacock, and then Miss White, and then Mr. Body. Um, but these were really fun. I decided to use my two favorite underlays on the side, and then I put the rest of them just mixed throughout the spread. And this way, I was able to incorporate all of the different scenes. I know this isn't the mansion that matches the movie specifically, but I thought it was kind of fun since in the movie they go from room to room. There's a lot of highlights of what the house looks like from the outside. So if you haven't seen the movie, this might not make a lot of sense, but it did make sense to me while I was putting everything down. And I tried to separate everything so that it was not too repetitive there. So the next and last bit of the base that I decided to use was figuring out how to place the deco on top as kind of its own running washi. There were so many fun deco elements in this, and they were actually sort of, I think, too big to use within the spread itself. I know sometimes people do that and it works really, really well, but these particular pieces were so big that it was just too much. I tried to use all of the different murder weapons, and then I ended up having to trim the top. Trimming the top is really challenging in a coiled planner, especially if you're right-handed. I always end up trimming a little bit too much of the top. This is where I think having inserts rather than a coiled planner would actually help here, because I'd be able to plan and move things on tilted and it would just be easier. But anyway, that is the full spread with the base. Hi, so today I am going to try and film just a regular talkover. I've already pulled all the stickers that I'm going to use for the week, and because this is a mini kit, I only have this sheet of flags to fill out this whole spread. I have a couple of other little things that I can pull in, like these flags, or I could cut those up, things like that. But honestly, we're just gonna try and go with it and see how it goes. So let's get into the week. And I'm not color blocking this week, so I'm just gonna kind of go with it. So on Monday, I did, let's see. Monday, I did do speech therapy as typical. Okay. And that script is from Plan a Hannah. That icon is from Carly Plans. I also had an IEP. So we'll just jump to blue. Actually, rats. See? Wow, look at that. didn't get wrecked at all. That is really cool, actually. I'm gonna move that down here, and I'm gonna put a bigger flag in the middle. All right, so we're just gonna have 3 littles here. And that's a little sideways, but okay. So I did have an initial IEP. It was a referral meeting. That script is from PlannerSpeechie. That is from Once More with Love. And then on, okay. So then on, wow, this is going great. Okay, now I'm all together. So then I did have therapy. And I was feeling a little overwhelmed on this particular Monday. I wanted to see rats. Okay. I'm just gonna have to use my Fudonosuke pen. Okay. Now my in-laws are still in town, so this was their last night with us. So I'm going to use this right here because it's so pretty to mark that we went to a new place that I'd never been to in town called Slice House. And it was actually really cute. It had a sit-down area. The waitress who was serving us was kind of new, I think, and we ordered a lot of food, and I think she wasn't really used to people like ordering that much food and sitting down, so that was kind of different. But honestly, she was really sweet. So that was kind of cute. And then I'm just going to use this little ghost and a red little thing. And this is kind of cool because this way you get like almost the full scene. I should have moved it down a little bit, but that's okay. We're experimenting, guys. Okay, it looks like the ghost is going down the stairs. That's crazy cute. Okay. And then we did a little neighborhood walk with because this was their last night here. So that was really fun. We got to spend time with them, and it was this extra day. I felt bad because I had to go to work and my husband had to work, and so we were just kind of trying to do as much as we could with them, but it was a little challenging. Anyway, okay. So then let's do a blue. Okay, so then on Tuesday morning, they left super early. They drove here, which is kind of incredible. So that little ghosted is from Once More with Love. And then I had to go to work, so I will use a purple fancy thing to mark that I did speech. I'm use this little cauldron that is from Carly Plans. Oh, looks so good on the dark colors. I love that. I did do an observation, which, let's see, do this. I did an observation of a student. Actually, let's move that. Yeah, that's good. I did an observation of a student, and then I also did some MTSS, which is when an SLP comes in and works with a student who doesn't have an IEP but has been identified as maybe needing supplemental intervention. And then later this day, I actually got a phone call from a parent who was a little confused about the whole process. And so towards the end of the school day, I was on the phone with her for like 20 minutes just talking through the process, and she was happy and excited, and but it was like it took a little bit of time at the end of the day, which I'm always happy to do, if it makes somebody feel more supported, that's the best thing. And then I'll use one of these little things just to mark that I did an IEP. This was the week of IEPs. I had basically an IEP initial referral meeting scheduled, and I shouldn't call it an IEP meeting. I'm just using IEP in general for this planner because it's easier, but I should really make scripts for referrals. It's a little different than just your standard IEP stuff. And I'm actually going to mark a slightly bigger thing, even though the icon is smaller. And I don't want to, nah, maybe I won't do that. Maybe I will use a purple. So I talk to my parents pretty regularly. Like I talk to my mom once a day, basically. And I found out that yesterday, on Monday, my dad had a fall while he was at work. He was running to catch up with his boss, and he tripped and fell and basically face planted into the sidewalk. And so he ended up coming home on Monday, and my mom didn't tell me about it until the very next day, which I think is understandable because it happened like later in the afternoon, and she didn't find out about it until like after 8:30. So, but she knows that I call her every day, so she was like, "Oh, how are you? By the way, Dad fell." So that kind of freaked me out, and I was very upset about it for a few days. But we love our parents. We want the best for our parents. And so, like, my mom is dealing with it. My dad is okay now, but it really freaked me out. So I was a little upset for the rest of the night. That's just going to be blank for a minute, and that's okay with me. Okay. So on Wednesday, and I'm running out of little things, so I'm going to have to get creative here. But I am going to use a big thing down here. And I think I want it to be green. So I am going to go ahead and just put that down right there. And I'm going to put her down right there because it's kind of it's a really big one, but it's super cute. Okay. So we'll start at the top because now I can. I did do speech therapy on Wednesday. I do most of my speech therapy in the morning on Wednesdays, so that's kind of helpful. And then I did have an IEP initial again. So this was now my third IEP meeting this week. Then I did get a call from my dad in sort of not the middle of the workday, but like towards the end of the workday. And he never calls me. Like I usually talk to my mom and I FaceTime both of them on the weekends. He's not a big like phone talker. And that's okay, not everybody is. So after After work, I did go to the library to return books because I had not been in such a long time. Writing black on that blue is really hard to see. It says return books. And then I'm going to use this little Once More with Love sticker just to mark that I was feeling overwhelmed. I think it was a combination of work and all the IEP work and just family stuff. And then on this day, I'm marking that I watched Over the Garden, Over the Garden Wall with my friend Lynette, because we do our weekly meetings. So that was kind of fun. So this is the first half of the week so far. I am going to go back and fill that in somewhere because I feel like that's missing something. Okay. All right, Miss Scarlett. Next up, I am going to use, I have to start using some of these bigger boxes because like this is where I'm at. So I'm going to go purple for Miss Rachel's, not Miss Rachel. No way. I'm going to use this little ghost cat. This ghost cat is from Sadie's Stickers. She doesn't sell those anymore, or if she does, the sizes are totally different now. That says, "Happy birthday, Rachel." Rachel is one of my oldest friends from childhood, and I always mess up her birthday. Like I'm always late getting her a card, a gift. This year, I got her two different things, and the thing that I was supposed to send did not get there on time. The thing that I had sent to her directly got there on time. So next year, that's what I'm doing for everybody because I cannot be trusted to send stuff in myself. Like, I'm sorry, I'm a decent person. I really am. But I also just I'm possibly ADHD. Those of you watching this with ADHD, if you know, you know. I am a woman in my 30s who does not have a diagnosis, but I suspect highly that that is what is going on. Okay, so that little Halloween box is from Sadie's Stickers. I just got it unfoiled. So I'm going to go ahead and use a green. Is that a fancy one? Yeah. Yeah, so we got to use a fancy green for the next one. I'm actually glad I have less stickers because I feel like the scenes are coming through a lot more, and that's kind of fun. So on Thursday, I did do a speech evaluation. That is a little spider that came from an extra freebie from PlannerSpeechie. This script is also from PlannerSpeechie. Then on Thursday, oh yeah, we're gonna need a big sticker for this. And it's gonna have to be red. Because for sure this was crazy. So we were supposed to have our curriculum night, I think either last week or the week before. No, it was the month before. But unfortunately, because of the hurricane, we had to postpone it. So curriculum night for everybody else, classroom teachers, is sort of an open house. Parents can come and learn about what their kid is learning in school. They can ask their teacher questions. And I guess it's really, really valuable for the parents. For speech therapists, it's less valuable. I wrote curriculum nights, like there's more than one. So that went from 5 to 7 p.m. So what I ended up doing on this day was I worked a full day. So I got to school at 7. I worked a full day, left around 3:30, went home, changed because I was not wearing like appropriate attire for parents. You know, I was wearing what was appropriate for school because I had I had appropriate stuff on, but I didn't have anything like professional looking on, and we were supposed to wear black pants and our school shirt. So I went home, changed into that, had a little very light dinner, and then came home, came back to school, parked, and then went in and I basically didn't get a lot of work done. I thought I was going to be able to write a report or something. Didn't really happen. And I was bummed because I really just wanted to get my work done. But that didn't happen. So I ended up just, I ended up doing what I do and talking to teachers. And I realized, like, I think even though I don't like to bring work home, I think the only way I'm really going to get my work done this year, curriculum wise, is not curriculum wise, report wise, is I have to bring it home because I just don't have I can't manage my time when people are asking me questions or interrupting me and asking me for things. And then I called my friend Leela, I hadn't spoken to in months. We like made a call date together because I was like so behind in calling people back and I felt terrible. And so I told her this time, but then forgetting that she lives in Chicago and there's a time difference, I ended up like not speaking to her for a while. So it was a little crazy. Okay, so let's go on to Friday. Friday was fun because this crazy thing happened. So, and I'll just use this little, because I think it was time for me to use blue anyway. So I decided that when you have to be in a place that you were in 12 hours earlier and it was work, you should get to treat yourself. So I decided to do a Starbucks order for me and my coworker. And I placed my order apparently at 7:03. At 7:01, another woman with my name, Bridget, also placed an order. So I got there and I had ordered a breakfast potato and chives thing, plus 2 coffees, one for me, one for my coworker. And so they put my chive thing in a bag. Well, when I got to the car, I realized that there were other foods on there that I had not ordered. So I brought them back. And when I brought them back, there was a woman who comes up to me and goes, "Wait, are you Bridget?" And I was like, "Yes." And I said, "There are 2 different Bridgets who happened to order at the exact same time." How rare is that would happen? It's so crazy. But that's like full moon. And I think there was a full moon this week. This was like full moon insanity week. So anyway, that actually happened. And that's crazy. So let's do a green. So I did do a Starbucks order. And I also did speech. Oh, look, I did green on green. I did not mean to do that, but whatever. And so anyway, my friend did get her, and then I had to dump my water out because I realized I could not carry my giant water bottle and 2 coffees in my hand. So I dumped my water into the, speaking of water, dumped my water into the like forest next to Starbucks. It was just a mess. It was a mess of a day. It was a mess of a day. Okay, so then I did, let's see, what else did I do? What else did I do? I don't even know at this point. I'm getting a little tired. All right, that is from Sadie Stickers. I use that to mark that I hung out with my husband. So all day I was like, please, 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 just get me through this day so that I can finish what I need to finish and go home. I was supposed to have another IEP meeting on Thursday and on Friday. Both of them had gotten canceled. Parents wanted extra dates. I don't know. So I got home and I was already in kind of a foul mood. This is from the sticker party. It is a TV Thursday sticker. She just did her third one this year, or maybe even second one this year. I don't know if this is the last one that she did this year. But she does these things where you can order different TV shows and different flags. But it's only on a specific Thursday. So join her Facebook group if you want to find out when the next one is. So I was hanging out with my husband. We were watching Peaky Blinders. I had ordered this incredible set of John Darien stuff that, let me use this black one here, that I got from Target. John Darien is this incredible designer. He does decor. He's a super awesome dude. I follow him on Instagram. Anyway, I got some of his Thanksgiving stuff, which included this beautiful apple pie plate. And so I got it along with a bunch of other things, a beautiful quilted blanket, some fun little apple bowls. And the apple plate was completely smashed, totally ruined. And there weren't any more that you could have shipped to you. But they did have one at my local Target. And I was so tired from this day. I was like, you know what? I'm going to place a drive-up order where somebody will have to, package this and I will just pick it up and I don't have to leave. I can just get in the car and do it. So my broken plate, I'm just going to put that in. I really can't read that. That's just too bad. So I did do an additional order, a drive-up order from Target, but it took forever. Oh, is that blue and blue? Hold on. Blue, green, red, purple. Blue is the next one. Let me do blue. This is my last blue little thing, so we're going to have to get creative now. So I did do this drive-up order, and I ended up, ironically, because we needed groceries. Like, I usually go to Publix on Fridays. We needed groceries. We needed all this stuff. And so we needed milk, eggs, everything else. So I did an order, and I ended up taking the plate off the order entirely because I started to read reviews, and it was like, that plate breaks very easily. This was a shipping issue that Target had for a while. So I ended up just not doing it again because I was like, if you're going to put this in the oven, you want to make sure that it's not going to break very easily. And I felt like I wasn't confident about it, so I didn't do it. But this was a Target drive-up order. So I did get everything else that I needed, which was great. Okay, moving on to Saturday. And Saturday, this is my busiest day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I have 6 things. All right, so what comes after that is green. This is my last green little thing. I may not be able to do this little pattern that I've been doing. I think I messed something up somewhere. But anyway, so this was the big thing. So early voting started in my state, North Carolina, on the 18th. No, it's either the 17th or the 18th. Anyway, so my husband and I decided we're going to get up super early and we're going to go vote so that we don't have to wait in a crazy long line on November 5th. So we got there at 7:50. There were already 25 people waiting to vote. So that was amazing. I'm going to write Go Harris in case anyone is confused about who I'm voting for. But that felt really, really satisfying. So that was great. And I felt good. Like, I felt like a good citizen. It was nice to do it. So if you haven't voted yet, please go vote. It would make my day. It would really make everyone's day. Okay. So then after we went voting, I made avocado toast. And then I talked to 2 of my friends on Sunday or Saturday. I talked to Britt and Kirsten. 2 different phone calls. I was just trying to catch up, like, with everyone that I'd been missing, because it was a real stickler of a day. All right, so let's do purple. Okay, so then, I probably should have done a smaller one, the bigger one, but whatever. Okay, so then I did film a plan with me, and I'm using this sticker. This is from, this is Scribble Prints Co. This is from a kit that I am going to be using election week. So I just pulled some of the deco from that. This is from Sadie Stickers. This is a foiled bat. This is from Rabbit Hole Handcraft. And that's that. So I had 3 more things happen, and I need 2 little things, which, shoot, I only have, how did that happen? That's okay. All right. I need this little blue thing. So, is that on straight? I don't even know. Oh, this is what I did. This was another good citizen thing I did. I had to go to CVS to pick up my medications. I actually went when I voted, but the pharmacy was closed. So I went back to CVS, and I also got a flu shot, which I sort of regretted later because I forgot that flu shots have side effects sometimes. Like, you don't get the flu, but your body thinks you have the flu. The things that your body does to prevent the flu make you feel achy and tired. So that's really what I was experiencing. Okay, so now I have to go back to green, but I only have 1 green left. And I want to use 1 green here. So I'm going to cheat, and I have to do red for this last one on the bottom here. So I'm going to do the red here and just put my girl down because that's where she's going to go. She's big, but I have 1 more thing that I have to put here. I'm going to have to cut her down. Okay, guys, look how cute she is. She's so cute, but she's getting cut down because she's too big. Her beautiful little feet are going to disappear, but still cute. I wanted to be able to showcase her, and there she is. So that is from Rabbit Handcraft. But the other thing I did, and let's see. Oh, I'm going to cheat. I have these. Okay. So I'm going to put that down right in the middle. And actually, I want to use the dark one because it matches all the other little things that I did. So we'll do that. Okay. So, and that is perfect. Probably should have used a thicker one, but that's okay. So that's a little bat from Carly Plans. This is a script from Plan of Hannah. So I did go and get my hair cut and my hair styled, and then I went to a Diwali party that my neighbor was throwing, and it was so fun. We had the best food. I had really nice company. We got to talk to our neighbors. It was in our neighborhood, so all we had to do was just walk over I wore this gorgeous Diane von Furstenberg wrap dress that I got, well, not wrap dress, like beautiful bold print that I got from her Target release last spring. And I never get to wear it because I feel uncomfortable wearing it. It's like very bold and very bright, but that's exactly what you're supposed to wear at a Dwella party. So I loved it. And yeah, so this was the highlight of my week. This was so much fun. And even though I was totally wiped from all the stuff that happened the week before, that was my thing. That really made me happy. So, all right, we are down to the final flag, the final flags. And I don't have any red anymore because I used 2 reds there. So we're going to get creative here. And in fact, I might just, where I would have used a red, I'm just going to do that. So let's see. After red is purple. So I will use my last little thing, although I can cheat if I need to mark that I read a book. I technically read this on my Kindle, so this squidge doesn't really match. This is from Stick with the Plan Co. And I read this really cute book called Telephone in a Tree, which is actually a middle grade book about a girl who loses her best friend and she doesn't know how to process her grief. And it's just beautiful. It was really stunning to read. So I enjoyed that. And then I'll use this blue sticker to mark that this is a Stick with the Plan Co. sticker. This is I think it's called Creepy Cozy. So cute. I made pumpkin spice French toast. So I found these Pepperidge Farm thick sliced breads, and then I coated them. They were pumpkin spice flavored breads, and then I coated them in egg and flour and vanilla extract, and they were so good. And I'm just going to cheat because this is where I would be using green, but I don't have, oh, I do have green. Nah, I'll just do it like that so you can see a little bit more of the design. So I did do laundry. I didn't change my sheets, so this is cheating, but this was fall themed and I wanted to use it, and I did do laundry. So, and now I only have 2 things left. So I'm going to do the green one here, like that, and then I will do, should I do blue or purple? I'm going to do purple because down here it looks a little different. So we'll use those 2 for that. And so that would have been here, so I'll just put that one there. That is from Stick with the Plan Co. Just marking that I filmed Plan with Me's. And then, okay, so this is the crazy thing that happened. So Sunday night, my husband likes to go out in the garden and do some work. Like he likes to go and do things. And he comes back in, and it's about, I guess it's like 6:45. He comes back in and he goes, "Hey, I smell gas." So I go outside to near our gas meter and I stand in front of it and I don't smell anything. And then I go like maybe a foot over and I smell it. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, that's definitely gas." So my husband calls this number that's on these little flags that are right in front of our house because the gas companies have been coming around. We're in a new build community, and so people are constantly updating things on their house. And so there was like a little flag that had the gas line number on it. So we did do that, and they came about an hour later. They did say, "Okay, you have a very small gas leak. It wouldn't have been flammable, but you did report it, so we're going to fix it." And then they came into the house and checked different areas of the house to make sure there wasn't another gas leak. And so they checked the gas range, the attic, and then they checked our fireplace, and we found out that our fireplace was also leaking gas. It was a lot less than the gas that was leaking outside. In fact, it was so minimal that we wouldn't actually have been able to detect it with a scent. That's how little it was. But now we have to replace an entire piece of our gas log that we've only had for just about 2 years. Literally, I think this was our 2-year anniversary for when we moved into our house. So that was nuts. But I mean, I'm glad we took care of it. I have one flag left here. So I am going to put it down here to kind of fill out that space because it was really bothering me. Here's the double tap. These are all gone. And then I think this was Tuesday. I'll just go back and see. Was there something I didn't? Oh, there is something I did. And I will just use this. This is a really cute little sampler that I got from Rabbit Hole Craft. I did do my session notes. I came home and I did session notes for probably an hour and a half because I hadn't been doing them consistently at school, which is very bad. You know, I was doing so well at the beginning of the year and then chaos happened. So anyway, I'm just going to use that. Script is from Planner Hannah. I have no idea what font style I chose, but there it is. Okay. And that is that. So I have decided I'm not going to do anything with this sidebar. I'm just going to pretend that these full boxes are the sidebar and go from there. Sorry, this was a really long video and I probably could have edited it a lot better, but let's do the zoom out and you can see how messy my life is. Okay. Oops, push that up. All right, so there you have it. That is the full weekly spread. I actually think it came out really, really well considering that I didn't have a lot of flags. I do think I love this art so much. Also, I think it was very fitting because we did go to a party this week and it was a dinner party, so it was kind of perfect and I didn't know it was going to work out like that, but I'll pretend that I did. But anyway, thank you so much for watching and please stay tuned for the next Plan With Me. I will sneak a little peek of it. Whoop. So for those of you who've seen that art before, you know what it is, but thank you so much and have a wonderful week.